We designed these new Dirtee Dancers to have this kicking, this off to the side kicking action that from watching a lot of underwater footage, we know that that's what's triggering these fish to bite. One of the other key components of this lure is it's made out of wood. It's made out of fur, and the wood lures have a better action than the plastic ones. That's just hands down what we're seeing right now. We've got a little bit of a flatter nose and then smaller tolerances on the sides of these lips. That's getting a big wobble, and then the kick to the side that's making them bite. These lures that we came out with the specific 6 colors for Pyramid Lake. The pearl, one of my personal favorites when it's bright. They work a lot of times. We go with the pearl, a red eye with a red lip, the chartreuse with the red dot. Now we came out with this color because the spoons that we built for years, this was the #1 selling color, the #1 used color forever and ever. Chartreuse with red dots. This one's getting a lot of action. The blue and silver, we've got the blue and silver color, but we added hologram to the side to give a good flash as it's bouncing. So we've got blue hologram at the silver white belly, and then the tui chub color, another big one for out here. We actually took pictures of the tui chub and sent them to our artists, and we actually had them paint the tui chub back at a hologram side, a pearl belly with a pink lip and a red nose. The other 2 colors that are key out here, of course, are the frog, the crackle frog. It's always been one of the best colors out here, so we built a crackle frog with a white belly and then a bleeding black. The bleeding black is going to be the go-to low light conditions, overcast days. The bleeding black is what we came out with for that situation. So these Dirtee Dancer plugs we have made specifically to target these Lahontan cutthroat trout. And we're having phenomenal results. Lots and lots of fish along with big fish. Hi, I'm Denis, Isbister of Wild Fish, Wild Places Television, and I'm out here on my home waters of Pyramid Lake, Nevada. Do a couple how-to videos that try to help you guys be more successful when you're out trolling here at Pyramid Lake or other waters. Today, our setup is the cold water, low profile line counter reel and the SST rod for the downrigger side. And one of the things that I've utilized in the last few years a lot is the line counter setup. Every time that you're trolling for whatever you're trolling for, walleye, trout, it comes down to being very specific. Size of line, the size of your leader, the weight, the presentation, and once you start catching fish, you want to be able to go right back to exactly what was working. You don't want to be guessing. One of the things that I do out here at Pyramid Lake, and a lot of times lake trout fishing that other people don't do, is I also put it behind the downrigger ball a certain distance all the time. And one of my techniques out here is I like to chase those fish that are on the bottom, 30, 40 feet. You start printing those marks. If you're running 12 feet, 14 feet, 20 feet, a lot of times those fish won't come up and eat that bait. So how do you know you're right above their head? You run 20 feet behind the downrigger ball, you drop it until your ball hits the bottom. We're fishing a big sandy clay bottom so it doesn't get stuck. And you lift it up 5 feet, 6 feet, depending on how your lure is gonna dive. We're using a lure that just dives a couple feet, so we know that lure is right over top of that fish's head, and it generates a strike 9 out of 10 times, when a lot of times if you're running up above their head a long ways, they won't come up and eat it. I'll show you what we're doing here. So we got the line counter, we got it on 0. We're gonna run it down here. So that's perfect right there. We're at 10 feet on the line counter, and we're gonna be right behind that downrigger ball because we know we have control. If you're back there 50, 60 feet, you really can't guess how deep that thing's gonna be. You're gonna end up on the bottom, dragging whatever, not catching fish. So we're 10 feet behind the downrigger ball. We're gonna clip it on. And then what I do is I send it down, boom, boom, boom. So we're down about 30 feet. You don't want to trust the line counter ever. You want to go until it hits bottom. Bam, right there. You feel it hit bottom, lift it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know you're there. Get your setup, and you're fishing. But now you know you're going to be right there, right in front of those fish's face, and it's going to generate a lot more fish for you. This works lake trout fishing, here at Pyramid Lake, all over the place where those fish are relating to the bottom for structure. Color selection for trout, one of the most important parts of your day. I feel like people don't pay enough attention to this as they are going through their day, kind of figuring out what they're going to use. So I'm going to walk you through how I structure my day. Low light conditions, we're starting out the morning. I want something dull. Frog colors, anything with a dark back, dark spots, that kind of thing. And what'll happen is you'll get your rods in the water and you'll start catching fish. The sun will get up and start penetrating that water pretty good, and your bite will slow down. And I've been with a lot of people where they just say, oh, the bite's off. Not true. Change colors. If they start biting it hot and start to taper off as the light conditions change lures, something bright. So as soon as that sun gets up high, change to your bright colors. Flash like hologram, chartreuse, pinks. Those are the ones, the key baits for the day. It also depends on depth. So experiment with those colors throughout the day. If you're fishing, nice bright sunny conditions, cloud cover rolls in, the bite shuts down, change colors. So when you get out there, really pay attention to your color selection, and this will help you be a better angler.
You know I'm trying, so have mercy on me.